Without wasting our time, let us start our today's session. In previous session, we have learned factor theorem. Do you remember the statement of factor theorem? Yes, I tell you. The statement of factor theorem is P of x is any polynomial of degree n greater than or equal to 1. If a is any number, then if x minus a is the factor of polynomial p of x, then we get p of a is equal to 0. That means p of a is the remainder. Okay, p of a is the remainder, x minus a is the factor of polynomial p of x. Otherwise, if p of a is equal to 0, then we can say that x minus a is the factor. Okay, so remember this statement. Now in today's session, we are going to learn factorization of polynomial. Factorization of polynomial. Okay, so first polynomial is our ax square plus bx plus c. Now, do you remember type of this polynomial? Now tell me. Type of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is? Yes, very nice. It is quadratic polynomial. Why it is quadratic polynomial? Since highest degree of the variable is 2 here, right? Degree of the polynomial is highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Now here 2 is the highest power of the variable. So this is quadratic polynomial. Okay, and every quadratic polynomial is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c all are constants and a is not equal to 0. Okay, so we have to factorize this polynomial by splitting the middle term. Okay, so there are two ways of factorizing the polynomial. First one is by splitting the middle term and the second one is using factor theorem. But using splitting the middle term is very efficient method to factorize the quadratic equation. So here we use the splitting of middle term of factorization of quadratic polynomial. Okay, so to factorize ax square plus bx plus c, we have to write b, that means the coefficient of x, b as the sum of two numbers where whose product is ac. That means whenever we factorize the quadratic polynomial, we have to find two numbers. Okay, we have to find two numbers such that b is, that means coefficient of x is sum of that two numbers and their product is a into c. Okay, let us look here how to factorize this polynomial using splitting the middle term. Okay, so here our first example is factorize 6x square plus 70x plus 5 by splitting the middle term. We just compare this equation with the standard equation of quadratic polynomial. Ax square plus bx plus c is the standard equation of quadratic polynomial. Okay, so we compare this equation here, comparing 6x square plus 17x plus 5 with ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, if I compare these two equations, then what will we get? We get coefficient of x square is 6 here and here coefficient of x square is a. That means we get a is equal to 6. Now coefficient of x is b and here coefficient of x is 17. So we get value of b is 17 and here constant term is c and here constant term is 5. So we get c is equal to 5. So while comparing coefficient of this quadratic polynomial with standard form, we get a is equal to 6, b is equal to 17 and c is equal to 5. Now b is the middle term here. Okay, b is the coefficient of middle term. That is bx is middle term and b is its coefficient. So we have to find factor of this polynomial by splitting the middle term. That means we have to split the term that bx. We have to split the middle term as bx. Okay, so look here. It is very important. Now we have to find, for factorization of this, we have to find two numbers. We have to find two numbers a and b. Okay, such that their product is a into c and their sum is b. Okay, so we have to find two numbers a and b such that we have to find two numbers a and b such that their product is c. Their product is a into c is their product. Okay, that means a into c. Here a into c, that means 6 into 5. That is 6 into 5 is 30. So their product is 30. That was okay. So that is AB is equal to 30 and their sum is, that means sum is b, that is 70. A plus b is equal to 70. Okay, you use different variable here, p and q, l and m. Okay, so to factorization of this polynomial, we have to find two numbers a and b such that product of these two numbers is 30. Okay, that is 6 into 5. Okay, 6 into 5. A into c. Product of these two numbers is 30 and sum of these two numbers is 70. Okay, so let us find the pair of or factors of 30. Okay, pair of factors of 30. So we get here 30. Product pair of 31, 30. Then 2 into 15. 2 15s are 30. 1 into 30 is 30. Again 3 into 10 is 30. 5 and 6 is 30. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs which gives the product is 30. But we have to satisfy both conditions. Product of these two numbers is 30 and at the same time sum of that two number is 70. Okay, so now here 1 plus 30 is 31, 2 plus 15 17, 3 plus 10 30 and 5 plus 6 is 11. That means this pair 2 and 15. Okay, we get the sum of these two numbers is 17 and product of these two numbers is 30. So we find that two numbers, we find out the two numbers a and b here. That means that a and b are 2 and 15 such that 2 into 15 is 30 and 2 plus 15 is 17. Okay, so we can split this 17x as 2x plus 15x. Okay, 2x plus 15x. So look at here. Here our example is 6x square plus 17x plus 5. So therefore we can split this 17 as 2 and 15. Okay, so I write here 6x square plus 2x plus 15x plus 5. Okay, so I split the middle term as 2x plus 15x. Okay, now make the group of two terms here. First two terms, then second two terms. Now look at the first two terms. In the two terms, you see that the term 2x is common in both. Okay, here there is also x and 2 is present. Here there is also 2 and x. So the term 2x is present in both the terms. So we can take 2x is common from these two terms. So 2x in bracket there is 3x plus 1. Okay, when we common out any term, we divide that term with the given terms. So that means 6x square divided by 2x, you get 3x, and 2x divided by 2x is 1. So from two terms, we take 2x is common here. Now look at the remaining two terms. In these two terms, 5 is common here. Okay, so take 5 common from remaining two terms. So in bracket there is remain 3x plus 1. Okay. Now look at here. We get two terms here. 2x into bracket 3x plus 1 and 5 into bracket 3x plus 1. Now look at here. In both the terms 3x plus 1, the bracket is common. Do you observe this? Yes. In both the terms, the bracket 3x plus 1 is common. So take outside 3x plus 1 common from both the terms. So if I take common 3x plus 1 from both the terms, in the other bracket here remains 2x and the second term remains 2x plus 5. That means we get here the factor of the polynomial 6x square plus 17x plus 5 is equal to what? 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. So in this way, by using splitting the middle term, we can easily find out the factor of the quadratic polynomial. Okay? Remember only the idea behind it. We have to find only two numbers which gives us the product of two numbers is a into c. Here a means coefficient of x square, a into c, and the sum of these two numbers is middle term, coefficient of middle term, which is b. Okay, if you find pair of such a number, then we can easily find out the factors of the given polynomial. Okay, do you understood this? Okay, so let us look one more example of factorization of the polynomial. Okay, so second example is here y square minus 5y plus 6. Okay, now we have to factorize this polynomial. Okay, this is quadratic equation using splitting the middle term. Okay, so now if we comparing this polynomial with ax square plus bx plus c, that is standard form of polynomial. Here we get a is equal to 1, b is equal to -5 and c is equal to 6. Do you understand this? Yes, a is equal to 1 since coefficient of y square is 1. Coefficient of middle term is y is -5 and c is 6. Okay. Now in this case also we have to find two numbers. We have to find two numbers such that their product is a into c. That means their product is 1 into 6. That is 6. And their sum is -5. Okay. So our responsibility to find pair of such numbers which gives product is 6. And the sum is -5. Okay, so we have to find pair of such numbers, that is product is, right here as product is equal to 6 and sum is -5, like this. So which two numbers gives us the product is 6? Find such pair of numbers. 6, product is 6. So here 1, 6, 2 and 3. Okay, there are only two pairs which gives us product is 6, but the sum is -5. If the sum is -5, therefore the product the sign of 2 and 3 are negative. Since -2 -3, -2 into -3, the product is positive. If both the numbers are negative, in multiplication negative, positive, and addition of these two numbers -2, -3, it is -5. So we get the two numbers -2 and -3. which gives you the product is 6 and the sum is -5. Okay. So now we split the middle term to find the factor of this polynomial. So look at here, y square minus 5y plus 6. Okay. So I write here y square minus, I split this minus 5 in terms of -2 and -3. So I can write here -2y minus -3y plus 6. That is, instead of -5y, I write here -2y minus -3y. Okay? Do you understood splitting of the middle term? Okay. Now again take two terms here. Look at the two terms. In two terms here, y is common in both the terms. Okay. Look at the first two terms. Here y is common in both the terms. So I take here y is common. So y in bracket remains y minus 2. Right? Look at the remaining two terms. Okay. In these two terms, you observe that -3 is common in both. Okay. I can take -3 common from both. So I get here -3 in bracket y minus 2. Now check. If I multiply y with this, we get y square minus 2y, first two terms. If I multiply -3 with this bracket, -3 into y, -3y. And -3 into -2, positive 6. Okay. So if the sign is here positive, so I take common -3 from remaining these two terms. Okay. So now again we get two terms here. Y into bracket y minus 2 minus 3 in bracket y minus 2. So do you observe that which term is common in both the terms? Yes, the term y minus 2 is common in both the terms. So we can take common out the common term which is y minus 2. So after taking y minus 2 is common in both, we get y minus 3 in the second bracket. Okay. So here we get the factor of the polynomials are y minus 2 and y minus 3. Therefore, the factor of the polynomial y square minus 5y plus 6 is equal to what? Y minus 2 into y minus 3. So, my dear students, I hope do you understood how to factorize the quadratic polynomial using splitting the middle term. You remember that you have to find pair of numbers which gives you product is a into c, okay, and the sum is b. Okay. Only with finding such a pair of numbers, we can easily find out the factors of the given polynomial. So I hope you understood how to factorize the quadratic polynomials. In our next session, we are going to solve some more examples on it. Okay. So now it's your turn to write all these examples in your notebook.